You don't say.
That's not what my husband thinks.
Don't say you didn't know that.
If he doesn't see that, I can't help him.
So why won't they listen to me? Got my own opinion about that.
I'm no better off myself.
I knew that would be a problem.
Show me your wares.
Get that from me.
He never would have thought of that himself.
So sure.
Hardly know who to believe these days.
Everything was really
entirely true.
I can't believe that.
That's really not my problem.
So why won't they listen to me?
That was obvious all along.
You mustn't believe everything you hear.
If he doesn't see that, I can't help him.
I've heard a thing or two.
And so he bade Enos to leave a part of his power in his realm, so that he might restore it to the human, if the beast should return.
Nobody ever asked for my opinion.
You don't say. He'd better shut up. He simply talks.
Show me your wares.
He'd better shut up. Don't tell me that.
That's not what I heard. That's what I've always said.
Everybody knows. I don't believe that. Go away. Don't.
Everybody knows by now.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
What's the matter?
What's the matter? Just look at that mess under the bridge over there. I haven't seen anything like it in my entire life. Those swine should be exterminated, I tell you.
What happened?
I was traveling with my helpers when those horrible brutes came jumping on my cart out of the blue and butchered everybody. I'm lucky that I still know how to dish out a decent right hook, or they would have killed me too.
Who were those people?
The bandits. Who else? They took over the bridge up there. They rob everybody who tries to pass the bridge. I knew they were lurking up there, so I passed under the bridge instead. But my cart and my goods must have been too tempting for them. Those scumbags simply jumped from the bridge directly onto my cart. I should have tried to steal past in the night.
That stuff there under the bridge is yours?
The cart, the goods, everything.
Look, I collected some of your stuff for you.
You can keep it. None of it is really of any value to me. The only thing that's irreplaceable are the 3 stone tablets they stole from me.
Stone tablets?
The water mage in town wants to buy them from me, and I promised he'd get them. I must have them back at any cost, or my reputation will be tarnished.
What would a water mage want with them?
He said he was going to study them, and asked me to bring him more.
Where did you get those stone tablets?
I found them near old buildings, such as mausoleums, or sometimes in caves. I've already sold a whole bunch of them to the water mages in town. They're pretty rare down here, though. I found most of them northeast of Corinus.
Why don't you simply go looking for new ones?
During that melee with the bandits, I sprained my ankle. I can still hobble along, but I don't want to walk very far on this foot.
I need information about a weapons delivery for the bandits.
Weapons delivery? Yes, I know about that. Some swine from the city sold them so many weapons that they could barely carry them all. Some of them are kept on the bridge where those bastards attacked me. The rest of them were probably hauled past Bengar's farm on the high pastures. Maybe the bandits wanted to take them across the pass.
Where are those high pastures?
Orland's Tavern is located just about the center of the island of Corinus. It's called the Dead Harpy. There's a way south from there. It leads to the high pastures and the entrance to the pass to the Valley of Mines.
About those stone tablets. I've got some.
Thank you. I'm missing only one now. I'll pay you for them, of course.
You managed to drive back the bandits?
Yes, but I'm sure they're still up there on the bridge.
Can you teach me how to hit hard like that?
Of course I can.
Show me how I can hit harder.
All right, but you'll owe me for that. Help me save my reputation and bring back my stone tablets. Then I can show you how to make better use of your strength in combat.
Are you a citizen of the town?
Haven't been in ages, boy. There's no love lost between me and the corrupt swine in the upper quarter of Corinus. I used to have quite a bit of influence there, you know, but that was months ago.
Wait a minute.
Everything all right?
Yes, I'm fine. That Alvarez has become bolder and bolder lately. Good thing that's over now. What I could use now is a good drop in the tavern.
You're not from around here, right?
I come from the Southern Isles. At some point they said they needed people in Corinnes because of that magic ore. But when I got there, they had this huge barrier in place, and I didn't want to go in there, so I started working in the harbor. Well, the ships stopped coming in, and so I went to work for Akil. I've had worse jobs, actually.
You hang out in the tavern?
That's right, but not recently. I cannot afford going there anymore.
What exactly is going on there in the tavern?
There's gambling there. Two fellows compete against each other. Whoever can hold the most beer wins. In the end, I did nothing but lose, and now I need to make some more money first.
Who did you go up against?
Against Rukar, that old good-for-nothing. So far, he's beaten me every time. But somehow, I have the creeping suspicion that the filthy swine has laced my beer with gin every time. I suspect he keeps the gin hidden in that damn chest of his, that lousy scumbag. Somebody ought to sneak some plain water into his chest. Then he can lace my beer all he wants. If I only had enough money to compete against him one more time.
Wait a minute.
Are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you.
Why don't you defend yourself against Onar's tyranny?
For us farmers near the city, it makes more sense to stay on the good side of the city militia than to rely on Onar's mercenaries. On the other hand, there's Bengar and Sekub who would rather give up their farms than work for the king.
Where do I find the farms of Bengar and Sekub?
They're not far from the farm where the landowner lives. Go east from here and you'll find them.
Haven't you ever considered moving away from here?
It's not easy to get away from this part of the country. All the land is walled in by a high, insurmountable chain of mountains. The only two ways out of here are the pass to the Valley of Mines and the harbor. Since we cannot afford passage on a ship, and the Valley of Mines is a place of no return, we're going to have to stay here.
What do you know about the pass?
I've never been there myself, but it must be somewhere near Bengar's farm on the high pastures.
Look out for your husband.
I shall do my best.
What's up?
It's been a long time since we've seen a stranger on our land who didn't want to skin us. I hope I'm not wrong about you. I'm Egil, and the strange bird over there is my brother, Anim.
How's the field work going?
Great, if those miserable field raiders weren't constantly destroying our harvest.
Why don't you do anything about the field raiders?
You're joking. Since I've been on this farm, I've killed so many of the beasts that I've lost count. But alas, new ones keep coming.
Who are you?
My name is Anim. I'm one of the field hands, and the half-pint over there is my brother Egil. We've been working here on the farm for Akil for several years.
How's the field work going?
Do you want to help? There's another hole back there. Grab it and then head for the field. You just have to make sure that the field raiders don't surprise you. They'll tear your arm right off with one bite.
Why don't you do anything about the field raiders?
I've killed more of them than I can count. The only problem is they keep coming back.
Your brother told me the same.
What? That loafer? He always disappears just as soon as the beasts come onto our land. He shouldn't be talking such nonsense.
Hey.
Your brother tells a similar story.
Ah, what exactly does he say?
That he has also done away with plenty of field raiders.
What? That loser can't even find his way home by himself. Tell him he shouldn't brag like that.
Your brother thinks you're a braggart.
What? He's actually got the nerve to say that? He'd better watch out or I'll teach him a lesson. Go and tell him that.
Enem is a bit irritated about this thing.
He shouldn't puff himself up so much, else I'll tear his head off. Tell him that.
I think the two of you should just relax.
The bastard didn't give in, am I right? I'll tear out his guts. Tell him that.
Why don't you tell him yourself?
I'll do that. Well, at least you've got some gold on you. I think I'll take your weapon.
Wait a minute.
Do you want to cause even more trouble? I think it would be better if you left now.
Oh man, my head. Go now.
You're in for it now. You're in for it now. So much for you, lowlife. You're in for it now.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself. Everybody knows by now.
Go away, don't tell me that. You don't say.
And it's gonna get even worse. That's not what my husband thinks.
I can't take care of everything for everybody. That's what I've always said.
I took care of the bandits.
Really?
I heard.
Anyone could say that.
Tell her a thing
Do you have
about it,
proof?
but that's terrible.
Should I go back and cut off their heads?
No, I don't think that will be necessary.
He simply
I
talks
believe
too
you.
much. That's
You have done the merchants and the city a great
That's not what my
service.
husband thinks.
Here is the money you have promised.
Talks too much.
You don't say. Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
Someone's gotta do the work. These are bad times.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
He wants to know.
And so he set himself between his brothers in order to reconcile their dispute, and he did not succeed.
Someone's got to do the work.
Don't tell me you didn't know that.
Go away, don't tell me that.
It's a bad business. You already know what I think.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
That's not what I heard.
Nothing amazes me anymore.
You don't say.
And there's more, believe me.
That's not what I heard.
I agree with you completely.
I think this piece of paper belongs to you.
What? Let me see.
Everybody knows by now.
That's not what I heard.
Okay, let's stay calm about this. Listen, I have resold the goods I got from the bandits.
I don't believe
But there's
that.
no reason to take this straight to the militia, right? I'm sure we can come to an understanding, can't we?
Anything new?
Don't tell this to anyone.
Make me an offer then.
Don't tell this to anyone.
All right, I'll tell you something. I can sell you more than just fish. If you hand me this ridiculous piece of paper and forget about the matter, you and I can become the best of trading partners.
That's not what my husband thinks.
That's not what
Oh, really? What kind of goods would those be?
Tell this
Well,
to
I could offer you quite special fish. You see, not just plain ones for eating.
You mean like the one that contained your hidden message?
You've got it. I have several of those fish.
Go away, don't tell me that.
All right, it's a deal. I think we can keep this little matter between ourselves.
Don't tell
Thank you. Just drop in next time you happen to be in the vicinity. I'm bound to have some interesting things for you.
Said.
Path of virtue is long and rocky.
Show me your fish.
These are bad times.
That's terrible.
Only in us decides what's right and wrong.
Honestly, I witnessed it
Do
myself.
you really believe that?
Don't tell this to anyone.
And there's more, believe me.
That's an open secret.
You listen to the wrong people.
I can't take care of everything
No
for
idea.
everybody.
You tell me.
He simply talks
I
too
agree
much.
with you completely.
Someone's got to do the work.
Nobody wants to know.
Don't tell this to anyone.
And he wants all the he'd better shut up. That's an open secret.
Really? How interesting.
Could you cook me some soup?
Nothing could be simpler. Here, have a plate.
That's not what my husband thinks.
Really?
Really, how interesting.
Could you cook me some soup?
Nothing could be simpler.
Someone's got to do
Here, have a plate.
Open secret.
Everybody knows by now.
That's not what I heard.
Same old thing all over again.
He can't tell this to anyone.
And he works all day, too.
That's been known a long time.
That's what I'll tell her said from now on.
Hey, you, come over here. I've got something for you. There's a fellow here who insisted on talking to you. Since you weren't here, he told me to give you a message. He wants to meet you, behind Halver's fish shop. This piece of information is free, but that's an exception, kid. Anything beyond that will cost you.
What did the guy look like?
I could tell you that, but you need to pay for it, my friend.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
That's enough trouble as it is.
Tell me that isn't true.
Do you really think?
Don't say you didn't know that.
Just as we prevail.
Don't say you didn't know that.
That's exactly what I said.
Ah, finally. I've been waiting for you, stranger.
Who are you, and what do you want from me?
That isn't important. What is important is what you've done. You have remained loyal, even if you weren't aware of it. Some benefactors have become aware of your loyalty, and they are offering you a chance, so use it.
Hey, just tell me why you're here.
I have a gift for you. Everything else is up to you, stranger.
In-house deals out fair
I don't want to
punishment.
hear that. Someone's gonna pay for
I've heard a thing or two.
He can't keep anything to himself.
Do you really believe that?
I don't believe that.
You already know what I think.
But no, he insisted he knew better.
Nothing to be had there. Nothing there. Nothing to be had there.
Nothing to
Nothing
plunder.
there. Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing to be had there. I know nothing about picking locks. Nothing to be had there. I'll never get this open without the right key.
Due to the general situation, the forest and wilderness near the city are to be avoided for your own protection. Furthermore,
Hey, what are you doing down here? There's nothing here for you. So, out with it. What are you doing here?
Attila gave me a key. That's why I'm here. So what do you want of me?
Wouldn't you like to know? Keep your cool. Go see Cassia. You're expected.
Hey!
I see you received our gift. I'm Cassia.
All right, Cassia. So tell me why I'm here.
You caught our attention by winning the trust of some of our friends, and we want to offer you a chance. You can join us.
Tell me about your organization.
People in town are pretty nervous about us, but nobody knows our hideout. The handful of people who even know that the sewers exist believe that they are locked and not accessible to anyone. As long as they don't find us, we can work in peace.
What do you know about the missing people?
Why would that interest you?
I want to find out what happened to them.
When you emerge from the sewers, swim down along the coast to the right for a while. You're bound to find your answers there.
What's in it for me if I join you?
You can learn special abilities from us. Abilities that will allow you to live in luxury.
But I wouldn't have to hide out down here, would I?
No. You only have to stick to our rules. That's all.
What are your rules?
The first rule is, you don't breathe a word about us to anyone, ever. Second, don't get caught. Third, if you draw your weapon down here to attack someone, we'll kill you. And the fourth and last rule is, those who want to join us have to prove themselves.
What happens if I get caught?
Just don't get caught, okay?
How am I supposed to prove myself?
Now, will you join us or not?
And what if I don't want to join you?
You're missing a one-time chance, but you can go. And don't even think about betraying us. You would bitterly regret that.
Okay, I'm in.
You've made a wise decision. If you succeed in proving yourself, you may join our ranks. If you would like to learn the thieves' abilities first, feel free. You're going to need them.
What can I learn from you?
Jesper is the master of stealth. He will show you how to move without making a sound. Ramirez is an exceptionally gifted burglar. No lock can withstand his picks. And I can teach you how to be a pickpocket. I'm also going to help you become more dexterous, for dexterity is the key to your abilities.
Hey, you! How am I supposed to prove myself?
That stubborn old alchemist, Constantino, has a beautiful ring, but he doesn't really need it. I want to see it adorn my hand.
So you're in. Well, I wish you success then, and be careful, whatever you do. Oh, and one more thing. I don't care who you are up there, and with whom you work. Here below, you're only one of us, a thief. No more, and no less.
Can you teach me something?
I can show you how to pick a lock. That'll cost you a mere 150 gold pieces.
Okay, I'll pay. Here's the gold.
Great. I'm at your service.
Show me how to pick a lock.
Lock-picking is the high art of thieves. You need a lot of feeling and intuition, and a couple of good lock picks. Some chests, however, are fitted with special locks which can only be opened with the corresponding key. So, kneeling in front of the lock, turn your lockpick to the left and right. If you twist it too fast or too hard, it will break. But the more adept you become, the easier you'll find it to handle the tool.
Hey. Say, would you know anything about Bosper's bow?
You mean the bow from the bowmaker? Yeah, I've got it packed somewhere up front in a chest. But there's rats scurrying around in there. You can fetch it if the critters don't bother you. Oh, well, of course the chest is locked. You just have to break into it. Hopefully, you still have lock picks.
Nothing to be had there. Nothing to be had there.
You should have known.
He better shut up.
Who says things like that? Can't take care of everything for him.
And he works all day, too.
Go away. Don't tell me about it. Don't tell me.
Will it ever change?
It can't go on like this forever.
I think this bow belongs to you.
My bow? Where did you find it?
In a dark hole full of rats.
I hope you didn't get into trouble.
No, I've done this kind of thing before.
Thank you anyway. I owe you for this.
I don't believe this is gonna change.
Will it ever change?
I've got your silver.
Really? Here, take this as a reward. A very special beer.
This is my last keg.
And Enos in his wisdom did so. But Adanos feared for the day in which the beast would return to the land. And so he bade Enos to leave a part of his power in his realm so that he might restore it to the human if the beast should return.